Hello, and I'm gonna attempt to do this in Portuguese, so bear with me. Boa nois, everybody, and welcome to the Silver Dota League, or Silver Dota Cup. I am Scap from Four States, continuing this matchup, and today we are gonna be matched up with the teams of Aesir Esport going up against Felix Temptare, and this is Group C of round one in this tournament. So we're going to be seeing these new teams duking it out for the next couple of days in single round elimination. And joining me today is Silk. How you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good. Glad to be here.
Awesome. So I see that Invoker pick. So I think I'm going to let you handle that one because I think he's one of your personal favorites. Is he not?
Yes, I love my Invoker. Gotta love the awesome amount of spells you have at your disposal.
Cool.
It'll be interesting to see whether we see an Exort or a Quas Wex, because Exort's been making a bit of a comeback. I think people have started to realise it's still viable, even though it has been nerfed a little. So, it'll be interesting to see what we get from that.
Okay. But I saw a silencer pick up immediately, and one of the hard counters to Invoker is silence, and silencer with that global silence and Curse of the Silent, everything. It's just so anti-Invoker. He's like, no, you don't get to do anything at all. And Crystal Maiden is also another pickup. Great lane support, everyone's favorite squishy maiden. She's able to do some powerful stuns with that frostbite. Well, not stun, more hold in place. But and also that freezing field is great team fight. And also, let's not forget our global mana aura that allows her team to regenerate mana at a much faster rate than the opposers.
Absolutely. The funniest thing with Freezing Field that I've seen lately is I've seen the video on YouTube, because it is actually an RNG. It's a random explosion in an AoE effect. I've seen the RNG where she's run up, frozen someone in place, and ultied, and they didn't get hit by one explosion. She finished the entire ulti.
Oh man. Someone didn't pray to the RNG gods.
That's right. I mean, I doubt they got a crit after that, but jeez.
Right? They would need to. Like, next game, if they picked, like, a PA or something, they would just crit every time. Like, every, 3 hits in a row. Coup de grace.
That's right. I actually think, I'm wondering whether we're going to see Silence mid with that Crystal Maiden mana, or he can probably harass the Invoker out with Curse of the Silent, I reckon.
Yeah, I could see that. And Silencers would be a very powerful mid, especially against that Invoker, and he'll be able to get a quick level 6 silence and start ganking people and get intelligence and just snowball from there. It's just, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We've seen some scary Silencer back in our day. So
that's right.
I want to take a quick look at the bans, actually, and I'm seeing a lot of the new meta really represented here. On Felix Temparte's side, we have Batrider being banned out, which is kind of a big deal because Batrider lately has been kind of like a popular pick in this new meta, especially with his in and out capabilities and really being able to start the fight. And we're also seeing Treant Protector is really starting to come back in this new meta too, especially lately after this new patch, being able to just be such a prick with that Nature's Guys and what's the word? The one that heals people. Armor. Living armor. That's it.
Yes, that's right.
Anyway, I see a Luna pickup now. And Luna is probably going to be their carry. She can, once she gets online and her glaives start hitting pretty hard, she can carry, no tomorrow with those bouncing glaives just bouncing around everywhere doing so much damage. But in the meantime, she could get online earlier with her luminescent beam and her ultimate ability Eclipse, allowing her to just do some great burst damage early in the game, and it allows her to get online towards the mid game and actually get her to late game. I see that Kunkka pick, another one of your favorites.
That's right. I'm wondering whether that's going to be their mid now, or if that's part of their tri lane, because Kunkka's actually decent in the tri lane as well with the 35% slow from Torrent. So,
Maybe we'll have to wait and see, because that boat is just really powerful. I'm going to play around with my settings real quick, so maybe make you just a tad bit louder.
that's it. I was just looking on my end just then, seeing if I could make it a little bit louder, but I'm pretty much amped up.
Mirana.
Morana is my least favorite character. I like her on my team. I don't like her against me. If I'm not going to pick her up, I always ban her in the first two. I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, with that ultimate ability of hers, it is just so... Her ultimate ability, that Moonlight Shadow, just allows her to get so much initiation off. It's like a global smoke for her team, and and it doesn't dissipate when she gets up close. So, great positioning power there. It's just so... Ugh.
And then 5 second stun. No hero has the right to make their whole team go invisible and have a 5 second stun. There's a reason she's feared. Doom. They really... I honestly think that was the Invoker there. I think that was an Invoker counter again.
Hopefully that made you a tad bit louder. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Doom, that's a total respect towards Invoker. And, Luna too, really, because Luna is pretty spell reliant early. And, if Doom decides to, get online early and start ruling the mid game, because he totally could if he really wanted to, that could really screw Luna out of some skills.
Yeah, exactly. And if Invoker does his job right, it will go down on the Luna and not the Invoker. Because I know anytime I'm playing Invoker and someone like Doom's coming at me, I'm like, no, go away. Stay away from me. Everything I do is basically just make sure they stay away from me so I can keep invoking those spells and keep giving my team cover.
Would you be seeing a BKB on this Invoker, probably?
Yeah. That's actually a really good idea, because at least then he may survive the Doom and then be able to come back in. I'd also like to see an early BKB pickup on the Doom and perhaps the Kunkka as well, because they're going to need it. Otherwise, Invoker's just going to keep pushing them backwards.
Ogre Magi has been picked on side Aesir Esport, and probably one of my least favorites, because it always seems like to me I never get those multicasts, and everybody else does. I think I need to start sacrificing more lambs to the RNG gods or something. And we're seeing a quick Skywrath Mage pickup too. Another potential... excuse me. Another potential mid, possibly. His ultimate ability being Mystic Flare, so powerful nuke on a single target. It's just like... in your face, you be dead, son. And let's not forget, he also has Arcane Bolt and Concussive Shot that just do so much that can have potential to do so much damage. And Ancient Seal is a damage amp and a silence. So, well, it's a magical resistance. So damage amp still, basically, it's the same idea. But yeah, it's a thing, and it will be a serious thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to see the Bloodlust trick on the Ogre Magi this game. Where you Bloodlust 3 times, once you're level 16, you Bloodlust 3 or 4 times, and then you're basically guaranteed at least a 2 times multicast.
You would know that.
Yeah. It's not quite a guarantee, but it's close. I think the theoretical maximum is like 5 or 6.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, you get it to... If you can get it to 4, you waste a lot of mana doing it, though. Like, you have to be in a good mana position. But if you can get there, and you can get the 4 Bloodlusts off without getting a multicast on it, you're almost guaranteed... You're almost guaranteed to get that at least the multi-stun for 2.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about him, Ogre Magi is being played by Surfata. in this tri lane with a Luna being played by Machine. And to round out that tri lane, we have a Visage being played by Gift Tickets. In the mid lane, we have an Invoker being played by Ufig. And in the solo, we're seeing Mirana running in the top lane, being played by Holstein. I don't know that the one. I don't like lead speak. I'm a terrible lead speaker. Anyway, Silk, would you like to introduce the Dire real quickly?
All right. So on the Dire side, we have O Night Show, I think it is, on the Kunkka.
Tonight Show.
Tonight Show. Okay, I'm missing the T. There we go. Toadnail on the Skywrath Mage. Two supports in the aggressive tri lane are Hexel on the Crystal Maid and Go Ahead on the Silencer and Stan Marsh on the Doom.
Loving that South Park reference. Already we're seeing Visage possibly out of position here. Already,
I don't think they've
just
been
for
on
ward.
Tri lane.
Ooh, just for ward placement.
Yeah.
So Doom is the farming carry in the tri lane. How you feel about that?
Yeah, it's very similar to what we do sometimes. Having said that though, Doom doesn't tend to offer that much. Or at least you don't see him offering that much generally. I'm surprised we didn't see the Kunkka in the aggro and the Doom in the safe solo position. Be interesting to see what they do with the Doom. Try saying that with a mouthful of marbles.
Yeah, it's just really weird. I'm already liking like the aggressive positioning coming in from the Ogre Magi and the Visage over here, and we have Crystal Maiden and Silencer kind of staying back, but Silencer is just offering the constant harass, and I think by having Visage and Ogre Magi hanging out back here, they're able to pull creep and stay away from Silencer's Curse of the Silent, which is kind of what they don't need their mana gone at this point.
And I love Silencer. When you pick up Silencer and you know that somebody's going to spec in a passive first, like Lunar Blessing, because that's what everybody does, you can just walk up with Curse of the Silent and be like, yeah, nah, you're just going to have half the mana gone.
It's just so powerful. Already seeing a nice little pull coming in. Maybe it was a stack? No, it was just kind of like a pull attempt, I think. And to keep the creep equilibrium right under tower, just where Luna wants it. She doesn't want to be going too far out there in this aggressive try, because if they do, it could spell bad news for the Luna. I'm watching this Invoker in the mid lane, though. He is getting quite harassed in the mid lane. The Skywrath Mage is just pretty much crapping on him with that Arcane Bolt.
The biggest problem with Skywrath Mage, though, is when you get to this stage where you have no mana and you haven't forced them out. You need to have them forced out by the time your mana pool gets emptied, or you need to have a way of refilling it. Because now there's not a lot he can do. Invoker can just sit there in Quas form and regenerate a whole heap of health really quickly. Pop us out. There again, he pops a salve and he's good to go again.
Smoke on the Ogre Magi and the Visage, so we're and it's been dissipated by the Doom already. Doom instantly, Silencer seeing that and pinging that very quickly. He's like, no, Doom, get the heck away from that. We don't want you there. That's bad news.
I do like how they sent in the person with like the highest base health first.
That's actually smart. Even though he is the carry. Like, he could totally tank it.
But he's got, I think, 200 more health than the rest of them. And I guess they figure they can get him out if they have to. Or maybe it was just lucky the way they went in, but...
So we are still in the laning phase for obvious reasons. It's only 4 minutes in the game, and I'm looking at last hits right now. Kunkka is actually doing very well for himself up top. That cleave doing some extra work for him. He's at the top of the charts with 18 last hits, and Mirana's holding her own too with 16. And so it's a lot higher in the mid lane right now, which is really interesting. Because typically in mid lane, where you see
Yeah,
stuff like that, you see the last
it's,
hits much higher.
that's right. These guys are having their own little private war.
It's almost like the battle of two mid lanes.
That's right. They need to hire some mercenaries.
Really good lane pull, by the way. I was watching that from Team Aesir or Aesir. Oh, stun on the Ogre Magi. He's retaliating on the Crystal Maiden. Nice response from the Visage though, trying to get a little bit of damage on that Silencer, maybe to try to get a Soul Assumption off for First Blood. And First Blood hasn't happened yet. This is very tense, by the way.
It's very.
I'm kind of want to see First Blood happening here. It's capable on both sides of this tri-lane right now, and I've kind of been really keeping an eye on that, because this is where it's most likely going to happen. If I'm a betting man, which I'm not, but I would totally bet a nickel that First Blood's going to happen here in the bottom lane.
Two phase boots just came out at the same time. For
Oh, but looks like in the mid lane there's a little mono-a-mono fight. Cold Snap on the Skywrath Mage, but Skywrath Mage is going to get out as well. Man, when is the First Blood going to happen? I want
know.
blood. I want blood spilt already. This is very interesting because typically speaking, I am very late to the First Blood because First Blood happens, but it has yet to happen. So I'm kind of wondering when that's going to happen. We do see a Silencer hanging out with the Skywrath Mage now, so we're going to have to wait and see what that could turn into. I don't know if we're going to see a mid gank or Silencer is actually going to cruise up top. Maybe no, just to go on a warding run. That's about it. I'm loving how Aesir is really keeping the creep equilibrium like right here, basically. They're doing really well for that, and I spoke too soon because now the creep wave's back out here. But they've been doing really well to keep it back towards their tower, and that's kind of important for them to be able to do that, because if they don't, then, you know, Luna could be in some serious trouble here, because it is the aggro try, and they are under the obligation to make kills here. Silencer is coming back.
yeah. If we do have a quick look at the XP and gold per minute,
Okay.
um,
Oh, no.
a slight advantage.
Oh, Aesir, yeah, at the slight advantage with 200 gold. Sorry, I had to reiterate since you cut out a little bit. Invis, though, on the Skywrath Mage. I wonder what's going to happen with this. He does have Mystic Flare Up. He is ready to gank. So, First Blood, First Blood, First Blood. I want First Blood. It may happen here. We don't know. But Team Aesir, they are hanging out all behind tower. They are like, I don't want to deal with that. No. So we're just going to have to wait and see. So right now it is still it just kind of turned into a really late gank. We're looking at just keeping an eye on last hits right now. Kunkka is still keeping at the top of the charts right now. First Blood has yet to happen. Let's take a look at levels. Invoker and Mirana are at 8. Kunkka is at 8. But that long kind of prolonged gank that really didn't come to anything at all kind of screwed Skywrath, and now he's level 7. Luna is level 5. But Doom, Crystal Maiden, and Silencer are kind of a little bit low in their levels right now, with Doom being only a mere level 4. So I'm kind of wondering. So that could be a reason why First Blood has yet to happen. And also this creep wave just hanging out here. And they're just
Oh,
constant.
First Blood going down mid.
Oh, in the mid lane, just barely got it. Man, the Invoker just barely picking up the First Blood on the Skywrath Mage. Oh my goodness.
That was a cold tornado into EMP with a cold snap.
The classic combo.
Yep. Poor Skywrath was like, oh dear. One has any more mana.
So First Blood has finally been spilt. I want that. I'm just so happy. I was just kind of, but it looks like Mirana is awfully low as well. She decided to head back. Kunkka doing a little bit of work on her. Taking a look at Kunkka, He's got Quelling Blade and he's got Phase, so I wonder where he's going to turn his that. He might just go straight Shadow Blade at this point. I don't see any intentions for a Battle Fury, and now you're kind of echoing a little bit on me, Silk. Sorry. So with that, Smoke Gang coming in from Team Aesir. They are just kind of lying and waiting. There is 4 people here. We do have Visage, Luna, Ogre Magi, and Mirana. Mirana is just lying in wait, seeing if she could get some big arrow going on here. Silencer taking the arrow and really low. He's going to go down. And we're also seeing Doom and Crystal Maiden very low. Doom is going to go down here too. Double kill for the Luna. Prizes have been handing out for a multi-kill already at 10 minutes. It's finally starting to get the ball rolling here. Luna is level 6 finally. Invoker though, going down to the Skywrath, but Skywrath is going to trade his life for it. Visage going to quickly pick off the Invoker, which is very good. Very good responsiveness from both sides of this team. On both of these teams, by the way. They're both really moving around a lot, trying to get each other killed, really. And it's just good fights all around. Big arrow coming in from the Mirana, though. Mirana missing the Starstorm, though. She's going to try and get that Crystal Maiden. She's going to get the Crystal Maiden just barely. She activates her invisibility rune. Silencer could be in trouble here. He's going to go down. Visage picking off the Silencer. The game is finally happening here. I wish I did bet that nickel. I was making some money. Skywrath Mage taking care of the Luna, but he's going to go down with Invoker coming right up with a nice EMP. So it's really tick for tack. Kunkka is pushing the top, did push and take the top tower. He's kind of been left alone by himself, so that's kind of interesting. Arrow on the Doom. Doom is taking a lot of damage. He's going to go down. Mirana cleaning up the Doom. Yeah, and this tower is getting a lot of pushing right now, and it could be going down here. The kills are starting to really pull ahead in Aesir's favor. Yeah. Bomb tower is going to go down. Visage is going to TP out. Looks like Luna decided to go away and farm up towards the top lane. Now that creep is nice and pushed in her map, so she's less likely to get into any sort of trouble. Kunkka, who's been kind of farming on his own by himself, he has 2,600 gold right now, so I'm kind of wondering to see what is going to be happening with that. Yep, alright, Shadow Amulet, we already know what that is. That's Shadow Blade right then and there. There does appear to be a little lull in the game at the moment, so let's take a quick look at gold. I mean, there is a Smoke Gang coming up. I will keep an eye on that. But 2,000 gold in favor of Aesir. And as far as experience goes, it's a little above 4,000 in Aesir's favor as well. So now back to the Smoke Gang. The Visage familiars are kind of floating around to scout out, so the smoke doesn't get lost. Invoker is holding his own in the mid lane, going up against the Skywrath. Skywrath is in trouble here. We do have Ogre Magi coming in. Mystic Flare on the Invoker, not going to do a whole lot. And also Crystal Maiden, so squishy, going down to the Soul Assumption. And Kunkka taking out the Luna in the top lane. He's going to pick up his Shadow Blade now with that kill. At least I would. He's got 1,400 gold right now. And this mid tower is going to be going down here. Very slow start at the beginning, but now it's really starting to pick up with this tier 1 mid going down as well. The pushing is really starting to happen here. And I'm seeing a lot of grouping coming in from Team Aesir. So, Silk, talk to me a little bit. I haven't heard from you for a little while. What do you think about Team T and what they need to do, or do you have any opinions?
Yeah, I was actually just thinking it's not very fair that Invoker can walk into a fight with just enough mana for a tornado and an EMP and walk out with almost full mana. This is just so brutal, and the push power with those Visage familiars is obscene.
Pretty much. What do you think Team T could be doing here? Or what do you think they should be doing?
They need to pull in the Kunkka. That Kunkka needs to get pulled in now, before they hemorrhage too much more, I think. He's got his Shadow Blade, so he's got the initiation now. I think they need to try and help it start farming some heroes back.
Hmm.
I mean, if you're looking at the Doom, he's halfway to Ags. If they can swap the Doom out for the Kunkka, 4-man again, but this time with the Kunkka, they might be able to get the Ags up on the Doom, which will, improve that ulti considerably.
That's actually a good thought. We are seeing a massive push up top, and we're going to see this tier 1 tower going down and falling down like a brick. Oh, big torrent and boat from the Kunkka, taking out the Ogre Magi. Mirana ulti is up. They are going to get away. And yeah, this Kunkka is doing some serious work for his team.
That's right. Well, Kunkka's the ultimate self-confidence hero. You have, to land a torrent boat combination, you have to be absolutely confident that your torrent's going to land and send your boat as soon as you torrent.
Basically, it takes
So
some
you
serious
have to be
guts.
very confident in your own ability.
Yeah, and as a
Because,
Kunkka player too, it's some serious business.
That's right. I mean, because that's a huge mana investment for a strength hero. You're investing 3/4 of your mana pool. You don't want to miss.
You really don't. I'm watching this Mirana. She is kind of hanging out right here and towards the bottom lane. And Silencer could be in trouble here with an arrow coming in. Maybe some sort of nice little pick off here. Mirana is on the prowl, as it were. But looks like Silencer caught whiff of that. And Mirana's just going to back out.
Oh, there we go. I caught up. I had an auto DC for a second, but
Oh
looking
no.
like everything's going back to normal. Yep. Things looking pretty good.
Okay, good. I don't want to miss you again. Anyway,
That's all right.
Smoke Gank coming in on Team T side. They are bringing the Doom back in again. He does have Doom up, so maybe maybe it is worthwhile for Doom to come in just this once to maybe. They're cutting through the jungle here. Maybe they'll get the Mirana here. Kunkka is Shadow Bladed up. He is starting to work on the Mirana. Mirana has been silenced. She does have her invisibility rune up. They aren't gonna get her. She's.
She dodged so many AoEs that it wasn't even funny.
That just kind of didn't work out for Team T. Looks like we are seeing top tower getting pushed to pieces, and that pushing power. Something else I just realized too. I'm looking at the familiars here, and I think they get. Do they get the Lunar Blessing? Do you know if they do?
I'm just looking now. They're in range and they're not getting it, so they mustn't.
I thought
But
they
it would
would
be
have.
cool if they did.
It's so much damage.
They do seem to get the extra armor from the Basilius though, so
I always kind of forget what the familiars get aura-wise.
yeah, they're kind of funny. They get some stuff and they don't get others. It's allied heroes for Lunar Blessing. So they might get the Vengeful, because Vengeful is just an aura for everyone. Lunar Blessing is for allied heroes. So
That's a thought. Okay. So there is a little lull in the game, so we do kind of know what that means. Let's take another look at Gold. Gold has continued to move in the direction of Aesir. Almost 6,000 gold in their direction. We do also have the experience curve, pretty much the same story with 5,000 gold in their gold experience in their direction. So things seem to be looking up in Team Aesir. They have 10 kills to their 4. Things have really started to slow down. This is kind of like, we are seeing a smoke gank though, however, maybe get another kind of bunch of kills going on here. Big team rotation coming in from Team Aesir, maybe get something going on here. But it looks like they're going to back out. Well, Silencer may be caught out here. We don't know.
Crystal Maiden.
Crystal Maiden.
Bad.
Squishy. Maiden. Q. And if you guys don't know what QQ means, that means cry. Oh my goodness. That's a Crystal Maiden's worst nightmare. Like, she will be having some PTSD after that. That was you. That was so sad. I feel bad for her.
I would have been screaming, Black Hog down, Black Hog down.
Yeah, that was. Oh my goodness. They are turning
Just
this
melted.
into a push, though. Like, there doesn't seem to be any contesting coming in from Team T right now at the moment, and they're just gonna wail on this tower, and this tower is gonna go down.
And that's surprising. Like, well, personally, when I'm playing Kunkka, I love fights around towers because you can reliably know where people are going to be.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, we are starting to see rotation coming in, but it's kind of too late. To be honest, everyone took the tier 2 on Team Aesir side, and they just kind of left. And then Mirana Arrow kind of shooting in, maybe to get something going on here. Kunkka is going to give chase. Mirana is going to get out, though. I mean, she's just too fast for him. Kunkka's just farming the ancients, and Silencer giving a little bit of harass. I want to take a look at net worth. Kunkka, even though he hasn't been in the fights necessarily, he's still top in the charts with net worth, but everyone on Team Acer side is immediately falling right behind. So,
Yeah. And Voka has that orchid now as well, so that's probably a little bit of protection from either the Silencer or the Doom.
that stack, though. Look at this stack.
Oh, yes.
Coming in from Team Acer side, and Luna's is all bloodlusted up and just gonna slowly work on this stack.
I swear, that is my favorite thing about Ogre Magi, how scary you look when you're bloodlusted.
Right? You're just so huge.
Like, don't come at me, I'm bigger than you.
And then
I'm
throw a
redder than
BKB
you.
on that. You know, you get all
Faster
big.
than you. That's right. Everything's better.
So yeah, this is kind of a slower paced game than normal. I'm kind of like, I got used to like the fast paced instant fighting, but this is really kind of started turning into some sort of like farm session.
Yeah, and Luna's really trying to rush that BKB out. I would have expected to see the Manta like we did last game, but this time we're seeing the BKB come out, so perhaps she's concerned about both the Kunkka, the Skywrath, and the Silencer, I guess. I mean, Doom still goes through it, but maybe she just wants that extra little bit of insurance.
It is kind of a psychological thing too. It's like, oh, she BKB'd. Alright.
Yep.
Nope,
That's
I'm out.
right.
And meanwhile, Kunkka is farming the jungle. We are seeing the makings of a Battle Fury, so he's going to start farming as well. I guess that's a good signature. That this is going to be late game. This is going to be a long game, folks. We're going to be here for probably 40 minutes, maybe even 60 minutes. This could be an hour long, so stay glued to your seats. Oh, big arrow though on the Crystal Maiden. Crystal
Down.
Oh, Crystal Maiden. Squishy Maiden going down once again. Mirana is just, I think, and Mirana's doing the total ganker build right now. She's got her Diffusal Blade, and she's just kind of lying and waiting and trying to get some pickoffs here. Kunkka is Shadow Bladed up. Oh, big ulti miss. That was a fail boat.
Small Alpha Wolf. It's something. Take the small victories.
Yeah, I guess, but as Kunkka would say, that was a fail boat.
That's right. Actually, one thing to note with Kunkka, for those of you that hang out in the public realm like I do, sometimes when Kunkka's throughout the boat, they're not actually aiming for the enemy, they're trying to get the maximum debuff, the buff, sorry, on friendlies for the damage delay, for the 3-second damage delay, so, and the bonus speed, so don't always assume just because the boat misses you can't go in. Sometimes it's the idea.
We are starting to see a big rotation coming in on Team Acer side. They are all up here in the top lane right here, and they could be turning this into a push towards the top tower and try to get this going on. And we did notice some lines being drawn on the minimap saying, no, you guys, everyone on T side, just don't cross the tier 2 line. You will get
That's
picked
right.
off.
I mean, Invoker's EMP is now burning 550 mana, which, you know, half of that as damage is still a massive AoE nuke. But ignoring the damage alone, that means people are going to have like no mana. Kunkka has no mana. Doom has 150. Crystal Maiden has none. Sky still has half. The Silencer has one spell. Like, if you get caught with that, your team fight's gone.
We're seeing a nice torrent on the Invoker, but nothing really going to be coming of it. Right now, it's just kind of like Team Aesir is just really controlling the jungle, the other team's jungle right now, getting some wards set up, and they're just going to keep this Kunkka from farming. He does...
Yeah, I think that's worth doing. Like, if you have enough map control to seize the jungle, sometimes it's worth sitting in theirs rather than your own and making sure that they're not getting in it.
Definitely. Mirana arrow going on the Skywrath Mage. This could be spelling trouble, but nah, not quite.
Invoker was looking. He's like, no.
Nah, I'm not feeling it. So this mid tower is taking an awful lot of damage. Glyph is not up, so we need to keep this in mind. So they could be trying to take a tower here. Kunkka throwing down a torrent. No vote gonna combo with that. He wasn't feeling too confident that time, but everyone on Team Aesir's side right now is they're just hanging out here in the jungle. They are arrow just missing. Silencer ulti in as well. Boat is going to miss. Tornado EMP is up. Damage is on. Doom is on. Invokers. Everyone's just throwing things down. Doom is going to be going down here, and now Team Aesir is on the right footing. Skywrath Mage is going to be going down. That Soul Assumption. Big arrow gonna miss. Silencer is down by 3 health. He can be going down here. Mirana is giving so much chase right now. The towers are hitting so hard. She's going to get herself a double kill. The Moonlight Shadow is up. Wow. That was pretty much a big
I
fight.
love the confidence. She does the right click and then instantly turns around before the arrow even basically leaves the quiver.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. What? That was... If I was Mirana, I would be squeezing my left butt cheek. Like, that was
That's
like kind of
right.
like, oh, gotta get it. I got it.
There's a regen rune top, so she doesn't even have to get back space.
Oh, that's almost dirty. Mid tower is going to be going down here at the tier 2. So right now, Team Aesir is just really taking control right now. Luna, Invoker, Mirana at the top. With another tower taken, that's okay. Going in, topping the charts at the net worth. Kunkka is right behind Mirana, but that's not where Kunkka probably should be if he's going to be expected to out carry this. Game is hard for Team T.
That's right. I mean, there's 3 people ahead of him, and you've got to consider Invoker at least a semi-carry if you're not considering him a carry. So they've effectively got 3 carries up with their 1.
Yeah, definitely. I want
And
to
if that Mirana gets Manta, ouch. That's a diffusal blade with Manta. That's gonna hurt.
Oh lordy. Luna with the BKB and sitting on 2,400 gold, and looks like Roshan, buddy. Oh come on, Mirana!
Away from
Mirana, of all the arrows you've landed so far today, you missed the one on Roshan.
You can just imagine Mirana. Why you do this?
Oh my goodness, that is just, that's hilarious. But Roshan, buddy, another arrow on the Kunkka. They know that it looks like Team T knows that something is going on here. Skywrath Mage is going to be going down here from the Mirana, and we're seeing a big boat coming in. Doom on the Invoker. Everyone is starting to pull back a little bit. Ulti on the Mirana though. Doom is going to be going down here. Kunkka is giving some extra chase, wailing on this Invoker. Arrow on the Kunkka though. Kunkka is stunned, but he has Shadow Blade up. We are seeing Invoker going down to the Kunkka, and looks like, wow. We are seeing a pause. Mirana taking out the Kunkka, trading Kunkka in, and Visage was doing a little bit of work down bottom as well. The fight really just kind of split up a little bit. Looks like we are seeing a pause. We are seeing a little bit of cheekiness saying that this is GG. The GGs are kind of being called here. This could be it. I thought this game was going to last longer, but apparently not.
Yeah.
I lied. I lied. I was incorrect. A 20-minute game here. Team Aesir totally wrecking and taking care of business. And they just got on the right foot and kept on going. Silk, what are you thinking?
Yeah. They did commit one of my least favorite offenses, and that is getting two Shadow Blades. While we didn't actually see too much detection coming out from Aesir, it's very easy to convince people that heavily in detection if your team is initiating with two Shadow Blades. I feel like maybe if if one of those Shadow Blades had gone into something like a Blink Dagger instead, perhaps could have had a few better timed dooms or ultis, rather than after the Invoker managed to get some stuff off before Doom actually got to him most fights. Maybe if there'd been a Blink Dagger they could have done something, but I think maybe the team was just a little bit greedy and didn't quite get there.
Yeah, I could see that. And that pretty much sums things up. Nice and eloquently put, Silk. So anyway, I think I'll close this out here. I am Scap from 4States. Joining me is Silk, and I would like you guys to take a little gander at the top upper right-hand corner here. We do have Twitters at Scap TV and at Silken Wraith. If you guys want to follow us, we'll let you know when we are going to be casting. If you liked what you see here, give us a little follow on Twitch too. If you want to check out Twitch, 4States on Twitch, and give us a quick follow, that would be great. We are going to be covering as many tournaments as we can. And if you guys want to just keep checking us out and following us, that'd be great. We love the extra attention, and I think that pretty much sums everything up. Do you have anything else to say, Silk?
No, just great game.
Alright, cool. So, with that being said, just keep playing Dota, guys, and have fun, and keep checking and watching games, and do what you do. Anyway, this is Scap signing out, and I'll catch you guys later.